What up, is Marcus Dynasty with as we had some trades go across my desk here, so let's look at them. Let's evaluate. We have Puka Nacua and Devin Achane. I almost say Achane still trading for Kyron Williams, Rashad White, and Pat Freiermuth. If you look in a vacuum, Achane's the best running back of the group. I like Puka enough where I like this trade to get Achane and Puka, both rookies. And both have showed well. I think Puka has definitely slowed down. We'll see what that offense does if Matthew Stafford stays. There's been rumors that he might not. So I think Achane and Puka are two. I think they're the two, almost you could say, best players. Kyron, we don't know if he's gonna be there long term. Rashad White, same problem with that. Both of those running backs I think are really good this year, but long term, no. And Pat Freiermuth is nothing special in my opinion. He is that tight end. 7 to 17 that we've talked about that is very replaceable. Terry McLaurin and Trevor Lawrence in super flex, so you better get something good. And you're gonna get something good. Waddle in a late 2024 first. Let's just look at again super flex. So you're gonna get, probably another wide receiver. You're probably gonna get two wide receivers out of this. Waddle and somebody late, or maybe a Travion Henderson or a Jonathan Brooks. Terry McLaurin, your drop-off points per game-wise is about the same this year, and maybe even the same probably next year and the year after. Depends on when Tyreek Hill leaves. So really, short-term-wise, you're not losing. So really, it's a late 2024 first for Trevor Lawrence, and I hate that. So I am taking the Trevor Lawrence side pretty easily here. Trevor Lawrence, I have a soft spot for Trevor Lawrence because I know how talented he came out of Clemson, and he's mobile. And he has every bit of packaging that I just love. And we talk about Caleb Williams and how amazing he is. Trevor Lawrence was the prodigy. He was the chosen one. He's like Anakin and has turned to the dark side and has not been very well. He has been playing good the last week or two here. Trevor Lawrence, I still have some faith in him. One of my bold predictions was he was going to be a top 4 quarterback in Dynasty at the end of the year. It's not going to look like that, but oh well, I still have some faith in there. Jaden Reed for 2024 seconds. Again, this is where you're just trying to get more Jaden Reeds. You're trying to split Jaden Reed in half to get 2 Jaden Reeds. But I'm going to take Jaden Reed. He seemed to be very, very useful in the offense in the rushing and receiving game. Jordan Love likes him. Christian Watson seems like a big boomer bust guy. You're kind of at the point where I'm going to just take Jaden Reed here versus the 2024 seconds unless there's somebody I really like on the clock. This is more about I'm on the clock. I'll do it, but at this point, you got to give me a late first. If you give me a late first and I get a chance to get somebody else, even an Mbuke Mbaka, if I can even pronounce his name, you get who I'm saying. If I can get a chance to get that, maybe a late first somewhere, or again, these seconds, they're great. They can be added to a first to move up, but not right now. Higgins for a 106 to 110 first round pick. Man, Higgins has fallen off the map. I don't know if it doesn't say super flex, doesn't say 1 QB or anything, but I'm just gonna choose the pick, honestly, at this point. If it's 1 QB, this makes it a lot more difficult. If it's super flex, I'm taking this deal. If it's 1 QB, I don't know where Higgins is gonna go. I have him in a lot of different leagues. I traded a lot of Cortland Sutton and picks for T. Higgins, thinking that was gonna be great. A lot of it was last year. He has only played 67% of his snaps. After that time, I basically traded him. I kind of just want the pick. Just start over. Get the rookie in there, and you never know. Pick the player I want. Tank Dell in a second for Jonathan Taylor. I love Tank Dell, but this is Jonathan Taylor pretty easily here. It doesn't matter what the second is. I mean, Tank Dell in a first. I'm still probably taking Jonathan Taylor because Tank Dell could be the next Amon-Ra St. Brown. He could be just this guy that ends up being more into this high wide receiver 3, low end of wide receiver 2. They could draft some more people. They've been talking about trading people. You just trading for a wide receiver. You just never know. And so they still have Nico Collins there as well. There's quite a bit of mouths to feed. And Tank Dell has been hurt. So there's a lot of things. And so is Jonathan Taylor. But I'm taking Jonathan Taylor here. Let's go through 2 more here. Ken Walker for David Montgomery and Christian Watson. I mean, you're taking a dollar bill and you're cutting it in half, and you're I'm going to take 60 cents and 30 cents and try to convince you it's $1, and it's not $1. And don't think it is $1. Even if it was 60 and 40 cents, it's not the same in Dynasty realm. I don't want 4 quarters to equal $1. It's one of those classic sayings that I've been saying over and over and over again. I am taking Ken Walker. I understand that Zach Charbonnet might be a bigger part of the play, but David Montgomery, he signed a contract. He'll be there for a couple of years. He's getting older, but Ken Walker, what's the worst case Ken Walker? If he's healthy, if both of them are healthy, what is the worst case scenario for Ken Walker? Worst case is he's a low RB2. Worst case for Montgomery is Jahmyr Gibbs is the man, and David Montgomery ends up being Miles Sanders of this year. And that is scary. King Henry for Nico Collins. Man, this is just kind of like a little twist. If this is a different wide receiver, I'd probably say Nico. Or I'd probably say like the wide receiver side. But I'm going to go King Henry. I think that you look at his playoff schedule, and this is Dynasty, I understand, and maybe Tennessee resigns him. Maybe he ends up going somewhere for like Buffalo or something like that and gives one final year of like RB2 ability. And that may be me just being me, but I am going to take King Henry. Peace out. Take care. We'll see you again very soon.